This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not intended to be used as personalized medical advice. Our digestive health affects our immune system, our nervous system, even our mental state. So today we're looking into the best foods for GI health with Dr. S. Suresh Alagugurusamy, gastroenterologist at Skagit Regional Health. This is Be Well with Skagit Regional Health. I'm Amanda Wild. Dr. Alagugurusamy, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for having me.
How do you describe how digestive health impacts a person's overall well-being?
Well, I think it plays a huge part. Your digestive system breaks down all the foods and liquids that you consume, and it turns it into chemical components that your body can absorb and use for energy, as well as build and repair cells in your body. And so there's a complex interplay between your gut and most of the systems in our body, which include the vascular system, nervous system, endocrine system, the skin, and the immune system.
So if your GI tract is upset, inflamed, you have irritable bowel syndrome or something that is not going normally, it affects all those other systems as well.
Absolutely.
So what we put in there really matters. What kinds of foods have a negative effect on our gut health?
Well, I think processed foods have a negative impact on our gut. And when I say processed food, those are things like refined sugars, refined grains, artificial sweeteners, lots of saturated fat, fried foods, high sodium foods. Processed foods have a downside. They're kind of removed of the nutrients and the fiber is removed, and sometimes preservative and chemicals are added to the food.
So they're around us everywhere, but they're kind of empty of nutrition and they don't help our gut health. What would someone eating a lot of these foods notice?
Well, common complaints that we see in our clinic, such as constipation, abdominal bloating, diarrhea, gas, along with constipation and bloating, frequent heartburn, nausea, and abdominal pain.
If you eat even one thing that causes this kind of reaction, how long can that gut reaction last?
Well, it could probably last until it gets processed and moves through your gut.
Well, are there specific foods you would recommend on the other side for improving digestive health?
I would. And I think it's foods that are really found kind of in the periphery of the grocery store, where you would find leafy green vegetables, fresh fruits, and then other things such as whole grains, lean proteins, whether in the form of meats or legumes or lentils. And then finally, very important, is drinking lots of water.
What does that do?
Well, one, it helps fiber work. Fiber works with the help of water. And so that helps fiber move through your GI system in a reasonable amount of time.
So we're talking about shopping on the periphery of the store. I like that we can have that image to refer to. Are there other tips you have or other steps you can suggest to support good digestive health?
I would think of food in terms of calorie density and try to eat foods that are less calorie dense. And so you could eat more of those, and eating more of that would keep you full. And what are low calorie dense foods? Those are things like vegetables, fruits, and whole grains, and less meat products.
And then it seems to me exercise would play a role in that too, just getting things moving.
Right. So other things, other steps for improving gut health in addition to just diet would be, like you had just mentioned, being active and exercise and reducing stress, getting enough sleep, maintaining a healthy weight. These are all things that will help your GI tract in addition to just diet alone.
And if you're doing these things and you're still having digestive issues, that's when we go and see a gastroenterologist, I would imagine.
That's right, because you could have an underlying GI disorder. And so it's very important to pay attention to your symptoms and don't ignore them.
Well, Dr. Alagugurusamy, thank you so much for the tips and insight into GI health.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, Amanda.
That was Dr. S. Suresh Alagugurusamy, gastroenterologist at Skagit Regional Health. Visit skagitregionalhealth.org to learn more. If you found this podcast helpful, please share it on your social channels. And thanks for listening to Be Well with Skagit Regional Health. I'm Amanda Wild, and we'll talk again next time.